Hello, everyone. Good morning. My name is Alex Colicchio. I'm with the Calipu Group, and I'm honored to guide today's conversation. I'm sitting down with Matthew Fox, CEO, and Todd Harding, CFO of the Benchmark Companies. In today's discussion, we're going to tackle the most common investor questions for their Regulation A capital raise. Before we get started, I do have to let everyone know about the disclaimer. This discussion is for informational purposes only and does not represent an offer to sell or solicit to buy securities. Please review the official offering documents before making any investment decisions. Past performance does not guarantee future outcomes. Now that that's out of the way, let's dive in. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you, Alex.
So let's kick off with Matthew. Matthew, let's kick things off with the big picture. Can you share a brief history of the Benchmark Companies and highlight what sets your organization apart in the real estate industry?
I think I'll start with what sets us apart, I think, is our historical success. For example, the Benchmark Companies has been investing our clients' capital in West Michigan residential real estate since the early 1980s. So it gives us 4 decades of experience. A shorter-term history, which may be more relevant to our current potential investors, is that we opened our current fund, the West Michigan Private Capital Fund, in 2009, and for the past 64 consecutive quarters, we've paid cash dividends to investors. Looking forward, with the Benchmark Real Estate Fund, we're going to look to do what we do best, and that's to continue investing in West Michigan residential real estate for our investors.
That's some amazing success. Todd, what milestones are you the most proud of, and how do the achievements impact your investors or potential investors?
Well, Matt kind of stole my thunder a little bit, but I think there's 2 things that are very proud of right now. One is the 64 consecutive quarters that we've had with West Michigan Private Capital Fund, our current investment fund. The second thing, and perhaps just as important, is the retention of our investors. Because of our consistency, because of our preservation of capital, we have been able to retain most of our original investors from way back 15 years ago.
That's amazing. So if we're looking at the market, why do you believe now is an opportune time for new investors to get involved? What trends or developments do you think would be appealing to them?
Well, we're not trying to time the market. What we are doing is much like current investment fund, and Matt and I may very well refer back to that because that's our history. But with that fund, we've been very consistently invested in residential real estate in the West Michigan market. The other thing that I'd like to clarify is that when we started that fund back in 2009, we were in arguably one of the worst, if not the worst, real estate markets with the decline in real estate values and everything. So those are some of the things that I think are very important.
Matt, can you walk us through some data points or industry trends that support this opportunity? What should prospective investors be paying attention to?
Well, there's an old saying that what matters most in real estate is location, location, location. Our intent with our new offering is to invest in West Michigan. And the why to that is simply partly because Todd and I were born, raised in West Michigan. We know the market. We've lived here our entire lives. Just kind of as a side note here, there was a California company actually that bought some real estate here along the West Michigan shoreline a couple of years ago. They paid what I consider to be California prices for it, not Michigan prices, which kind of showed they didn't know the market. They had a heck of a time with renting the properties out, and they ended up selling them for a significant loss. We don't do that. We don't venture outside of the markets that we don't know. What should investors pay attention to? I think our track record would be a key to that. Again, over the last 64 quarters since 2009, our track record of paying out cash dividends to our investors, I think, kind of speaks for itself.
I would agree. And there was a study done in 2025 that I believe West Michigan is the number 3 place to move in the country. So I think that definitely supports your adventures. So Todd, can you talk a little bit about the capital raise? What are you targeting? How much are you targeting? What are the main uses for the funds? What should people be looking at when they're looking at your information on your website?
Well, our target raise is $50 million, and we're targeting investors that want to invest passively in residential real estate. Much like our mission for the last 30 plus years, we invest in West Michigan, we invest in residential real estate. And most importantly, similar to the story that Matt told a moment ago, we try with all of our might to protect and preserve our investors' capital.
So, Matt, if we can pop back over to you, how does the successful completion of this raise position the companies for the next phase of growth? Where are you going to focus your strategy?
The main reason for our new offering is actually rather simple. We continue to have and have had for our company's history more requests for funding in West Michigan than we have capital available to us. This additional capital will hopefully help us to better serve our customers, our investors, and the community as a whole in which we live. Our strategy, I don't think we're going to change our strategy. It's worked for the last 40 years. Continue to invest in residential real estate in West Michigan through whether it be private lending, renovation, residential development, property management. We'll stick to what we do best.
You guys have a big successful track record. That would make sense. So Todd, now the fun stuff, risk and compliance. Can you outline some of the risks involved with the offer and how you can, your team manages that risk and what you do to mitigate the risk and how you can support investors and give them some confidence?
Sure. All investments have risk. And within our particular investment, we look at the market risk, meaning valuations of real estate. We look at interest rate risk, what are interest rates doing. But in either case, as long as the market is moving upward or downward, it does not matter whether interest rates are going up, whether market values are going down or up. We have strategies involved in both markets that will protect and preserve our capital. We do things in small amounts at a time, meaning we invest in a lot of properties. We aren't trying to buy one property that is $8 or $9 or $10 million. We're very comfortable investing in residential real estate that is in the $250,000 to $300,000 range.
Matt, strong execution depends on strong leadership. Can you highlight your leadership team's experience?
Sure. The management team, Todd and I, we've got a combined over 80 years experience in the real estate, well, actually not just real estate, but private lending, banking, accounting, property management, so forth and so on. So we've got a lot of years behind us in what we do. And I believe this knowledge and experience that we've gained will help us to invest our clients' capital successfully as we have for the past 40 years here in West Michigan.
So for those interested in returns, what should investors understand or expect about the timelines or possible exit strategies? Todd?
Well, we can't guarantee returns, but we can certainly look at our past history with the West Michigan Private Capital Fund, in which we've generated 64 consecutive quarters of cash distributions between 6 to 8%. We are looking with the Benchmark Real Estate Fund to generate returns of 7 to 9%. Again, we're looking for consistency. We're looking for a 5-year commitment from our investors so that we have that opportunity to provide that consistency and that preservation of capital.
So does this Reg A investment align with the company's bigger vision for the future? What should investors know about your long-term plans? Matt?
Our vision for the future and our long-term goals are the same as they have been. And that is to protect and preserve our clients' capital while providing, a predictable, consistent, positive return on investment, as Todd has mentioned. Also, as a note, for investors, I'd like to let everybody know that Todd and I are investors in the Benchmark Real Estate Fund. So this fund is very important to both of us. And I hope that for whatever piece this portfolio our fund might be part of someone's portfolio, that when they look back over the time frame they've been with us, they'll be glad they joined us.
Wonderful. So any last thoughts you'd like to share with the audience? Either one.
Okay. First of all, Alex, thank you for hosting us today. To our potential investors, appreciate your time and interest. And if you do have further interest, we invite you to visit our website at benchmarkmi.com for more information. And we hope you consider joining us on this investment. And if you have any questions, do not hesitate to contact us.
Todd, anything to add?
Alex, again, thank you for hosting us today. We understand that we're not for everyone, but we believe that anyone's investment portfolio.
Wonderful. So if anyone's interested in learning more, you can get the investor deck or just learn more about the Benchmark companies at benchmarkmi.com. That's benchmarkmi.com. I am grateful to the both of you for your time today. If anyone in the audience wants to reach out and ask questions, both of these gentlemen are eager and happy to answer those questions for you. So thanks for watching, everyone, and best of luck on your investment journey.